Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Wednesday, November 30th slate of NBA action, man. I'm super excited to dive into it. This is the last official day of November, so hopefully we can go ahead and end it off with a bang. We definitely had a good day yesterday, and we'll go ahead and talk about that in just a minute. But before we did, I have a couple things I wanted to touch on. First things first, I do apologize that there was no video as of yesterday. Yesterday was officially 1 year of me doing NBA sports betting videos here on the YouTube channel. So I did make a special video for it. And whenever I uploaded it, I guess the audio file on it somehow got corrupted in the time of the uploading. So I had to wait until I got off work, basically redo the whole thing. So it will be scheduled as of today. You guys will see it as of 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you guys are interested in something like that, make sure to go ahead and check that out. So, but I still did have plays yesterday. I did, of course, still have plays. And as I always say, if I don't post a video, I will still always have picks in my Twitter and in the pinned comment section, and in this case on the community tab. So we still did have some plays and we did pretty well in them. But before we dive into them, I did just want to go ahead and say we are still currently on the road to 9,000 subscribers, or less than 150 subscribers away at the time of recording this video to that 9,000 mark. We will, of course, be doing a giveaway once we end up hitting that 9,000 mark. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday. But before we do, and boom, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are here with the sunnies on, with the shades on. And if you guys are new around here and you guys have no clue what I'm talking about, this means we ended up getting a clean sweep on the day. We ended up going 3-0 in our official plays. Really a tremendous day as of yesterday. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So for our first play of the day, we did have Luka Doncic over 2.5 3-pointers made here versus Golden State at minus 125. He ends up with 4 3-pointers on the night. Definitely a really good spot here for Luka, but it wasn't just the threes. You could have taken his over in anything. He had like an insane game. I know at one point he had a 37-point triple-double, and I watched the rest of the game, but I didn't get a chance to check to see what his final stats were. But I know at one point in time he had a 37-point triple-double, so he's only getting better from that. He had a fantastic game, so that one ended up working out for us. And then we did have RJ Barrett under 20.5 points here versus Detroit at minus 120. You could have taken his or Jalen Brunson's under. Either one would have worked out for you. But RJ Barrett, Julius Randle went crazy. I think he had like 37 points, 9 rebounds, something like that. He had a really, really good game. But RJ Barrett, he did stick right at 16. And luckily for us, the Detroit Pistons decided they did not want to come to play basketball today. So RJ Barrett gets taken out of this game pretty early, and he hits this under. So it ends up working out. Then we did have our added play. It was a weird one for sure, but I did see some value in it. I was just looking through some of the props, and we had Amir Coffey under 1.5 turnovers. Like I said, I don't think I've ever taken a turnover prop, but I was just looking at it, and he's only hit the over once this season. So I was like, hey, why not? He ends up getting 1 turnover in the first half, and then after that, he didn't really play much in the second half. It was a very close game, and they decided to go with Norman Powell instead, which I completely understand. He went absolutely ballistic. So why in the heck wouldn't you? So we ended up going 3-0 on our plays. Clean sweep, bringing out the brooms. We had definitely a very, very good profitable day. So hopefully we can have another great one. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into our plays. I do have 3 plays. I'll more than likely be adding another one, but we only have lines up for half of the game so far. So, I mean, there's not really too much you can do about it. There's only lines up for about half the games. Once those full lines do get posted, I'll probably be adding another player prop. So if you guys are interested in what that is, make sure you guys do check out my Twitter. You guys will be able to see it on there, and check the pinned comment section. I'll be posting it in both spots. So, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into our first play of the day, our Kings kill shot play of the day. We're taking Buddy Hield over 16.5 points here versus the Sacramento Kings at minus 120 odds. This has revenge narrative written all over it. I mean, come on. This is Buddy Hield. He's going to Sacramento and playing against his old team. This is absolutely beautiful for a revenge spot. I do also like Sabonis is over. I think that he does have a pretty good game. And Pacers, they really haven't. They've had a hard time guarding the center position. But the only reason I liked Buddy Hield's more is just because Sabonis' lines were ridiculously high. And I get it. It's a revenge spot, and he can easily hit those. But it just kind of scared me a little bit. I think Buddy Hield can definitely get this one done, though. Now, he has not hit the over in 2 straight games, but even though he hasn't hit the over, his line ended up getting bumped up to 16.5, and it's for really good reasons overall. Buddy Hield is a better player on the road when it comes to scoring the ball. He is averaging 17.9 points per game on the road and just 16.5 here at home. I think it's a pretty good spot to take his over. Also, in the last 7 games, the Kings, they do allow the 8th most points per game to opposing small forwards. So they've been giving up a lot of points here in those last 7 games to the small forward position, and I think that Buddy Hield can definitely get it done here for us. Indiana is one of the fastest paced teams in the league, 7th in pace, and Sacramento, they're right behind them. They're right at 9th. So I think it's a really good spot. Over-under set to 239. Really, really high over-under, almost a 240. That's ridiculously high. But the crazy part is I could even see this game going over. I could see both teams scoring 120, and I wouldn't even bat an eye. These are 2 very good offenses, and I think that Buddy Hield definitely can get it done here for us. So that is going to be our first play of the day, our kill shot play of the day. Buddy Hield over 16.5 points here versus the Kings at minus 120 odds. Now, for our second play of the day, we are going to be taking Donovan Mitchell under 4.5 assists here versus the 76ers at minus 135 odds. Now, I like this for a couple different reasons. He has not hit this over in 4 straight games. He's been much more of a scorer, leaving Garland to be doing a lot of the playmaking. And I think it's going to be a very similar situation here, just for the mere fact that in the last 7 games, Philadelphia, they do allow the fewest points per game to opposing point guards, but they allow the 9th most to opposing shooting guards. So basically what I'm implying there is that they're giving up a lot of points to that shooting guard position. They're not giving up nearly any to that point guard position. So I think Garland is going to have a tough time scoring the basketball, and I think that Donovan Mitchell is going to have a much easier time scoring the basketball. I think that Donovan Mitchell is going to be that guy tonight. I think that he's going to drop a lot of points, but I don't think he will be passing the ball very much. Also, in the last 7 games, Philadelphia does allow the 7th most assists per game to opposing shooting guards. Wow. Scratch all that. Let me restart. In the last 7 games, Philadelphia allows the 7th fewest assists per game to opposing shooting guards. So they really don't allow a whole lot of assists here to that shooting guard position just in general. So I think it's a pretty good spot. I think we see a lot of shots here from Donovan Mitchell. Also, Philadelphia allows the fewest points per game in their last 3 and on the year in general. So they've been a very good defense overall. And despite them having a lot of injury concerns, their defense is still there. It's still picking up right where it left off. And Philadelphia is second slowest when it comes to pace. One of the slowest teams in all of basketball. So they are going to slow down that Cleveland offense for sure. And Philadelphia is 4th in defensive efficiency. One of the best defenses in all of basketball. So I think that it is a really good spot to be taking an under on an assist prop. I would not touch his points. I would not touch his PRAs when it comes to the under at least. If you're looking at his over, I would go over in points, though. But that is going to be our second play of the day. Donovan Mitchell, under 4.5 assists here versus the 76ers at minus 135 odds. Now, for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking a total. We're going to be going to the Raptors and Pelicans game. We are taking the under 224.5 here at minus 110 odds. Now, the Pelicans, they've been really good to the under at home this year. They're 7-3 to the under at home. And they are going to be missing 2 key pieces to this offense. CJ McCollum is going to be out for this game, and Brandon Ingram is going to be out for this game. And I think it's a pretty good spot because this is going to be, or as of last game, Siakam, that was his first game back. And even in that first game back, they held the red-hot Cleveland offense to just 88 points. So Siakam is having a tremendous defensive impact here on this Toronto Raptors team. And I think that we see more of that once again. I think it's a little bit better of a matchup, too. Obviously, we know that the Cleveland Cavaliers, they have some absolute trees down there. And with that being said, I think it's going to be a really good matchup here for the Toronto Raptors. Also, Toronto, not necessarily been the greatest offense this year, just 19th when it comes to points per game, but they've been a really solid defense, like I had mentioned. Toronto allows the 7th fewest points per game to opposing teams in general, and New Orleans, they've been a good defense as well. They allow the 11th fewest points per game to opposing teams in general. Also, Toronto, one of the slowest paced teams in all of basketball, 27th in pace and 28th in their last 3. So between those two things, one of the slowest teams in all of basketball, and I don't think that it's going to change. I think it's going to be a very slow grit and grind type of game, and I just don't get why it would change. I think it's a really good spot, and without CJ and Brandon Ingram, you could definitely make an argument that some of the better defensive pieces here for the New Orleans Pelicans, such as Jose Alvarado, Herb Jones, and some other guys, I think that they are going to be matching up on some of the better players for Toronto, making it very tough for them to score. So I think that there's a lot of ways that this could go under. So we're going to be riding with it for our third and final play of the day, Raptors and Pelicans under 224.5 at minus 110 odds. So as I mentioned, if I will be adding a play more than likely, so make sure you guys do check out the pinned comment section, and you guys do check out my Twitter. Both those places will have my added play as well. Hopefully we can have another great day, the same as we did yesterday. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe. We're still on that road to 9,000 subscribers, so make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's gonna do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.